Our third build for SEMA this year is our 2025 Infiniti QX80. It is the flagship SUV. This thing has been designed to contend with every top luxury SUV on the market.
Don't hit anything. It's got 18 cameras on it, I'll be all right.
And not just compete or contend with them, but beat them out. Just absolutely gorgeous. It's just stunning, really. So it's very difficult. What do you do to that, right? And kind of the theme of this one was this super luxury tailgating mobile, and be able to have your little picnic and some good audio visual to go along with that. So got with Chad.
Tommy came to me with this awesome idea for a really sweet audio visual in the back of the QX80. He had a whole bunch of really awesome ideas. My job is to take his vision and create a three-dimensional model and bring his vision to life. This is the base. The sound system box is going to be, the sound system and the entertainment is going to be sitting on top of this. So this is our supporting structure. We're going to have these drawers that come in and out here. I created a lid, which we'll have on a hinge, but this comes up, and we have just enough space in here to mount a couple amplifiers, couple of amplifiers. And whatever else audio-visual stuff we need. So, yeah, it's pretty sweet. Should be able to make this pretty easily. So yeah, that's what we do.
And all of these builds, every year, every time it's SEMA time, there's always a crunch. There's always one vehicle, sometimes two, that just beats you, or it tries to beat you, right? So we wrestled with this thing. We finally got, okay, let's get it. Everything's looking good. Then we ran into a little thing called Hurricane Helene, and we had no power for over a week at the shop. Some of our folks didn't have power for 12, 13 days. So when it's go time, we have no power, so we got our generator, and there's no big fancy wood shop at this point. We're trying to make this very exquisite enclosure with these nice drawers and to carry all the stuff for the tailgating. And we're in the parking lot with no power, with the table saw, portable tools, and my buddy Dan. So that's it. Let's set it down, Chad. Put two sides of this together.
Yeah.
Oh, 21 and an eighth.
21 and an eighth is 10 and a half, 10 and a half plus a 16.
So that's 12 and 3/8. Isn't that
So
what
call
you're
it
seeing?
12 and a half goes 6 and a quarter.
6 and a quarter. Going to be tight. We might have to put this in, put it in and put those seats down, put this thing in long ways, turn it around and slide it in place.
Yeah.
And then I'll make a way to screw this down. Maybe with the speakers out, I can screw it down so that this top part doesn't move, and then we'll make our back cover. The next thing we need to do is cut the sides.
It's gonna sit something like that.
that changes the game.
Yeah.
And it's just coming together.
Now that we got the basic shape completed, it's time to start the refining process. It's time to make this thing look beautiful. The only thing left to do is just to do it. Beautiful. I like that a lot. Aha! These will be the mounting places for our speakers. Behind that is a very similar silhouette on the front of our box, and that will actually be cut out and covered so that sound can go through, but we'll hide all the speakers behind it so that, yeah, it'll just look better. Okay. You don't have to hide anything, you know? Everybody's hiding something these days. You know, this, you won't have to hide nothing. Well, actually it hides everything. Yay! It's a smiley face. Cool. Time for this one now. But basically, these are going to house our speakers. They're going to be back in here. That way we can run all our wires and everything. Mid there and our little tweeter in there. We'll be able to punch our wires straight through here and be able to wire it up. And then that way we can go over it with some fabric, cover it up completely, and it'll be invisible. But if we ever needed to service it, it's very easily serviceable. There we go. Finally. Still got a little ways to go, but that helps us out a little bit. We'll go ahead and try to take the rest of this out. Jigsaw. For this special project, Tommy broke out an old school technique that he's introduced me to. Instead of fiberglass, we'll be using fleece as a structural agent in building the audiovisual box and the housings for the subwoofers. When you think you're done stirring, keep stirring. There's a fine line with this stuff that if you don't mix it well enough, you'll come back tomorrow and it'll be still wet. Good morning, everybody on YouTube and wherever else you get your awesome Tommy Pike Custom social media. It's kicking. As you can tell, the SEMA crunch is on. That hurricane last week got us pretty good in terms of our timeline, so now we get to play catch up. Catch up. See what I did there? So right here we have our enclosures for our subwoofers. I'll duct tape on my chest here. Well, they may be all right. So we have our enclosures. I'm going to finish sealing them up here with some Bondo and getting all of this so it's an enclosed space and it'll make it sound really good. And it's a little chilly here today. It was about 50 degrees this morning. And that fiberglass resin, when it's cold, man, it takes a lot longer to cure than you would think. So yeah, we got this thing out in the sun. It's all nice and cured now. We're just gonna go ahead and get this done so we can finish our forms here left and right. And so it's gonna look all really nice and pretty. That way we can get it wrapped. Mix up a little bit more resin and a little bit more Bondo. Knock this out, and then we're ready for the main cloth. go across, build our shape out.
So it'll be like, you're gonna have to figure this part out here, because we're gonna come down to our lip there, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My bigger concern is this here, is how we're gonna make this transition so that it actually looks, because it shows us a little bit of a rounded edge here, so we might just have to do it like this and catch this corner and then fiberglass it and just kind of feather it in. Now look, here's the last part of this puzzle. You get a hold of this ring, just like barely, because we're still gonna have to fill that back up. But what that does is allow us to have this stuff stick to our face.
Yeah.
Then we can come in here and just smooth that out a little bit so it matches around.
I had Chad working on getting the speaker holes dialed in. I had PT and Lobo working on body working, getting everything dialed in so that we could get down to the covering process. So it truly was an all hands on deck process. As a team, we overcame the obstacles, and really that was the kind of the end of the body work, but it's also kind of the beginning, because then I had to go to Dwayne's with all of these pieces, and I was hoping that all of my planning up front went like I thought it would. And for the most part, the piece, we gave one piece, wrapped the main body of that, everything just kind of went how it was supposed to go, and it was still a lot of work. You know, Dwayne is always there to have our back, and no matter how big or small the job, we get the same consistent quality, and those guys did amazing. Their stitch work was amazing. Wrapping that stuff just looked great, and they put it over the top. With it being such a nice vehicle and trying to design this enclosure for the back, it's hard because you want everything to be perfect. And my goal, my specialty, what I do here is everything looks like it's supposed to be there. So whether Infiniti did it or I did it, it all goes together. So from matching the material, which was not easy to do, pulling in some of the diamond stitching that is done throughout the interior. What we don't want to do is change the aesthetics. We don't want to change the bottom line or the body lines and make it a wide body and all these different things, because these engineers and designers have worked for years and years and years to put out this incredibly beautiful product. So again, we go back almost like a broken record to the matte finish. And what's happened is not only do we keep the factory body lines, we accentuate them. Again, another custom set of wheels. We went bigger, 24 by 10s with the floating center caps, so they're always, that Infiniti logo is always upright. Again, looking more to a factory style with the twist wheels, but totally not factory. So the stance, again, is incredible. The vibe of this thing is insane. And pulling the colors throughout, so we even have that interior color as an accent on the wheels. This is definitely a lifestyle vehicle, and we took that not just with the vehicle, but now you can take it outside with what we've done in the tailgating department. We have these beautiful drawers that yours truly made, and trying to figure out what do we do with these drawers? How do we get our bottles and champagne flutes and plates and forks and knives? How do we do this in a way that will not only just kind of match, but raise it to the next level? Well, the solution was my buddy Mike over at Protex Foam. In true fashion, Tommy Pike calls on a Thursday, and we have Protex Foam inserts on the following Tuesday. Let me just tell you something, these things are absolutely beautiful, and it definitely exceeded expectations. So thanks Mike at Protex. We're all done, everything's wrapped up, car's ready to go to SEMA.
SEMA 2024, baby!
I'd say that the QX80 seemed like it might be the most straightforward and easy, but ended up being probably the most stressful and complicated, because we really wanted to nail what the folks at Infiniti were trying to accomplish. And again, I have to say, I think we did that, and I'm super proud of it. I do regret that I cannot go to a local college football game and try it out firsthand, but maybe they'll send it back and we can we can do that. We're excited and can't wait to see the reaction at SEMA. Hurricane Helene, check. SEMA, check.